All right, guys, we are back and welcome back to TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans, guys. Thank y'all for bearing with all the technical difficulties that I've had so far today. We're not going to let the devil pretty much stop the show. We're going to keep this thing rolling. We have breaking news out of Miami Dolphins training camp going into the third preseason game. Safety Reshad Jones has made his way back onto the practice field with the Miami Dolphins. This is huge news for so many different reasons. First and foremost, this gets him back 2 weeks before the season starts, which allows him to get a lot more continuity with the team and the defense and what Brian Flores is trying to do on the defensive end of the ball. It also allows other players, specifically speaking, Minkah Fitzpatrick, to go back to his original spot on the football field where he belongs, okay, at the nickel position. So the more they work Reshad Jones in, the better it'll be for Minkah Fitzpatrick and so many others on the defense. We've been really hurt on the defensive end of the ball. Akins and TJ McDonald's, both of those guys went out. So that's what ultimately forced Fitzpatrick, Minkah Fitzpatrick, that is, to have to play the strong safety position, in which he hasn't played very well in a lot of, I wouldn't say controversy, but a lot of different things happened throughout the week. That basically a lot of people pointing out the fact that he didn't play well, and it caused his mom to come out to basically let everyone know because it's not the position that he's strong suited at. But this should allow him to get more reps where he belongs in the nickel. It'll also help Reshad Jones possibly go ahead and solidify that spot and get more reps since CJ McDonald is still out. But this is a great thing for our defense overall, ladies and gentlemen. And shout out to everybody coming in the room now. I see you all. Hit that like button on your way in. What's up, Inavia? Let's go, T. That's good. What's up, Mr. McNutt 95? I see you. And Cowboy Elite Tank, shout out to you, man. I was watching one of your past streams, and when I saw you are live, I pressed this video as fast as I could. Hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate the excitement about when I go live. We actually have a lot of news today coming out of Miami Dolphins camp, but this is one of the great pieces of news that I'm very excited about. Again, the simple fact that Reshad Jones is back on the practice field, guys. This is a thing of beauty for us. Our defense has thrived. And what I need a lot of people to understand is our defense has thrived despite several injuries, guys. Look at the linebacking core. You know, Raekwon McMillan's been hurt. Kiko Alonso's been hurt. You all help me out. And then we had other guys hurt, the safety position, Reshad Jones, TJ McDonald. We've had a lot of injuries on the defensive end of the ball, and a lot of people can argue that all of those guys are starter material, starting guys, depending on how they play the safety position. But we've actually, and that's why I tell people they need to pump the brakes on saying that this team isn't any good and all this and that, because we've actually held our own very well on defense, despite having numerous amount of starters out. So that's a huge plus, but it's always even better to get a starter back. We didn't get any word whether or not Reshad Jones would be starting for Thursday night's game against Jacksonville Jaguars. I would love to see that happen, but I'm sure it's one of those things. They're not going to rush him back and things like that into the full on contact, but who knows? He might have had full contact today. We'll get more on that as the news continues to break. But like I said before, this is great news coming out of Miami Dolphins camp to have one of our leaders back, one of our Pro Bowlers back, and one of our better players on this roster back in action for Miami Dolphins camp. I'm going to check in real quick to see what you all are saying in the chat section. We back. Yes, we are, Finsanity. We're not going to let the devil hold us back today, man. Agreed, Dave. Got to go, TD. I'll come back later. See ya. All right, Cowboy Elite. Appreciate your love. What's up, Stephen Rose? I see you. Now, breaking news, baby. What's up, Fins Nation? Absolutely. Now, that's breaking news, Pete. It's good to have him back. We'll see what he does in practice and how things go. Do you think Wilson and Grant are locked in starters if ready for week 1? or they should compete for that position? Listen, Omar, that is a great question, and I want to answer it with this. And I might as well answer it since you asked. It was going to be another stream talking about those two guys as well as Devontae Parker being hurt right now, not getting enough reps to show why they deserve to be day one starters. I'm going to go out on a limb and say no. Those guys are not day one starters. And I'm not talking about how the general fan will say, are you kidding me? Because of who they are. If we are going to be transparent, if the front office and Brian Flores is going to be transparent, they're going to be open and honest, and they're going to mean what they say and do what they say, then no, those guys shouldn't be starters. They should have to, whenever they get back from their injury, they should be able to show a nice sample size, even if it's just practice. They should be able to show enough sample size that says, oh, hold up, they deserve to be the starters. You cannot go off of what happened last year, the year before, or anything like that. That's if. Okay? That's if. If they say. And I expect if we're going to have that trust in our coach and our front office, that they do what they say and they mean what they say. That's what I expect. If I see anything outside of that, if I see Jakeem Grant practicing the day before the Ravens game and he starts, I have a problem with that. I really do. Because you have some guys that's been on this field working their butt off. You can't tell me an injured Jakeem Grant who isn't practicing and playing with the team can come in one day, practice, and he gets reps over Preston Williams. No, I don't care that Preston Williams is a rookie and Jakeem Grant is considered a veteran. You know, you ain't a veteran to me till you off your rookie contract. But no, I'm not with that. Mean what you say and do what you say. And at the end of the day, right now, the rotation should be Kenny Stills, Preston Williams. You have some Bryce Butler in there, some Allen Hurns, those guys who've actually been playing consistently. Even Devontae Parker, he's practiced. I know he's hurt now, but if he comes back in time, he's been in the fray. Albert Wilson, closer than Jakeem Grant because at least he's been doing some walkthroughs and things of that nature. But you can't give me a guy who hasn't even practiced yet. No, he has to. No, not at all. All right. Do you think Wilson? Oh, I already read that. TD is in major clickbait mode. How's this clickbait? Nick, why are you always doing that, Nick? It's always Nick. Why you always do that, Nick? Nick got something to say about everything I do. Nick, how's this clickbait? Reshad, we just found out that Reshad Jones is back on the field. How is that clickbait? Come on, man. It's starting to get a little too obvious, man. And I like you, Nick. I actually like you, bro. But it's getting a little too obvious. Everything I do, you have something to say about it. I'm all good with it, but come on, man. At least let it make sense. All right, fifth round pick. Jones give the defense an entirely different dynamic. He's a ball hawk safety that eventually loves to play in the box. And you are correct. You are correct. The thing that I'm more worried about is this. All we've seen in preseason, yeah, you got a few too high safety looks, but all I've seen majority of the time is a one high safety with Bobby McCain out there and everybody else man to man. I mean, I might even be able to go out on a limb to say there might be plays where Bobby's the only safety on the field, even if TJ and Reshad is healthy, and Minka in the nickel. But I'm starting to put two and two together. I don't want to look too deep into it yet because here's why. Here's why I'll push back on my own thought process of if we keep running this one high safety, there's times TJ and Reshad are going to be sitting on the side anyway. But I'm starting to feel like maybe we were only running that type of formation of one high safety because we were putting our defense in the best position possible to be effective. Because since we had no safeties, additional safeties, that's probably why we ran a lot of man-to-man, one high safety. That's probably why we ran a lot of that instead of cover one or cover two. So I'll keep an eye on that. The sooner we get Reshad Jones in the game time mode, we'll get a better look at the type of formations and the different formations our defense will be running. Now I hope Flores and those guys realize that when you do run a one high safety, you have more in the box. And that could be attributing to the simple fact of why we've been so successful stopping the run so far. That could be a big part of it. So we'll get more answers as time goes. I'm actually excited now to see Thursday night game against Jacksonville because we won't have as much. We're going in blind. The last 2 weeks, we saw a lot of things that happened in practice, knew who to look for, X, Y, and Z. Now we can't get play-by-play of what's happening in practice. So we're going in blind, and I'm excited to get that feeling of let's see the product we get after another week of practice, another week of camaraderie, another week of these guys going in and doing their thing and building and getting better as a team. I'm excited about it, man. Let me see. Besides the steals I'm way behind on y'all chat. Let me see if I can catch up real quick. Shout out from the Bahamas. As always, Bahamas in the house, y'all. Omar Castro, I agree 100%. What up, 242? Last two games against Baltimore, 78-6. Yeah, but guess what? We about to make it dyslexic. The next two games going to be 6 for the Ravens, 78 Dolphins. Besides the steals controversy, he's been pretty solid for us for a long time. I love it. I agree, Omar, but I don't agree about the controversy because there was no controversy. The media tried to make it a controversy to bring more negative light in Miami sports. That's all it was. There was no controversy. I saw two grown men stating their opinions, agreeing to disagree, and moving on. That was it. No controversy there. But, of course, the media are going to take certain things and try to run with it and make it bigger than it is. There was nothing, okay? Afternoon, TD. Good news on Jones. It's getting close to opening day. Fins up, baby. Let's go. Ron, you spot on, man. I'm excited about it. This is good news for us. Finally, some good news. All is good. Iceberg ready for the season. What's up with you, brother? I'm all great, man. Thanks for checking in on me. Cloud Light, what up, TD and Fins fans? I'm currently on the clock at work, but I get off in 15 minutes. Ooh, sweet. Awesome, man. Enjoy your evening. Hopefully you enjoy it with us, man. 75 Jones is back, so Minka can go back to nickel and everyone can relax about his play. Exactly. Once again, more drama blown out of proportion that never should have been blown out of proportion. That's like Eric Rowe getting hurt, Lemons getting hurt, and Xavier Howard getting hurt, and they put Minka out there and he not looking great. That's because he's filling a void in a spot that he's not the most comfortable in. People make something out of everything, man. Let's see. That's the base look. Sure to change when the season starts. I agree, Heartbeat is definitely should change, but I actually like the base look. I like what we've been able to do out of the base look. All right. Esteban, what's up with you? Welcome back, Reshad Jones. Now earn your spot back. You ain't never lied. But it's gonna be easier because he's gonna get all the reps. He's gonna get all the looks right now. Wild TD, first time seeing you in a minute, not actually having on a Dolphin gear. Looks like you're incognito, not Richie either. Yeah, man, I ain't no bully, man. I ain't no bully. I just threw on a little T-shirt today. Y'all still see the Dolphin behind me, man. Y'all see it, man. Let me see. TD. Yo, TD, you should start a fantasy football league for us Fins fans. I already have one, Dean. Actually, the crazy thing is I planned on releasing all the details on Wednesday. So I might do it tomorrow. You know, I might do it tonight. It just depends. But I plan on releasing it on Wednesday. I'll be starting the fantasy football. I told y'all that it will be coming this week. So everybody who was patient, I'm glad that you were. I have officially decided I'm going to run 2 leagues because a lot of people email me and stuff. Hey man, we should do a little pool and stuff, this and that. I said, okay, it doesn't matter to me. I don't care. We're going to have a free league, and we're going to have a league where you pay into. I'm not trying to do all that big money stuff. Not this year. Maybe in the future if y'all into that type of stuff. But we're going to have 2 separate leagues. So stay tuned. Whatever one you want to be a part of, it'll be open for you. First come, first serve. First come, first serve. It is what it is, all right? First come, first serve. All right. So TD, always love your streams. Thanks, Fanatic13. Love you too. TD, the best thing from the Tampa game was the coaching by far, better than Gase. Oh my gosh, Iceberg. I never really got to break that part of the game down. I never really got to break down in detail, like with film and everything, that part of the game. I talked about it a little, but you're right. They put every player in great positions. They dialed up a lot of different packages, base packages on top of that. And people aren't recognizing the different looks that we've had on the defensive line too. And also the 2-minute drill. The 2-minute drill was a thing of beauty. Now, I understand we left 38 seconds on the clock and it allowed the other team to score. And I could talk about that too. I'm not even knocking the coaches and everything on that. Matter of fact, let's do it. First and foremost, our offense in that 2-minute drill. Let me tell you a few things that I noticed from this coaching staff. They got their players. First of all, Brian Flores and O'Shea, they got Ruddock commanding a 2-minute drill and getting the team. And Ruddock wasn't looking like to the sideline, like, what's going on? I'm actually starting to like Ruddock. I'm starting to be on that train. Let's keep 3 quarterbacks on this roster. I'm starting to feel that way. Ruddock commanded that offense coming in that drill. And I think they had some communication issues, by the way. Y'all may have not known that from watching at home, but I was at the game. Before that 2-minute drill started, when they called that terrible pass interference and they scored the change of possession, all the refs had to go over to Brian Flores because he kept pointing at his headset in the helmets. I think they were having a communication issue too. But regardless of the communication issue, they handled that situation spectacularly. Ruddock wasn't scared in the moment. He was actually rushing the players. He had a sense of urgency. Do y'all know how many times in the last few years we would be in a 2-minute drill in a real game time situation and everybody walking around and the quarterback just chilling like, what's the play? We got to hurry up and run it. But you don't feel that. All right, come on. Man, Ruddock was out there telling people where to go, moving them. Flores got these guys trained. O'Shea and them got these guys moving. And they called some great plays, great situational plays, almost everything connected going down that field. Almost everything. And one of the best ones was when they made a completion, they ran up to the line, and the defense because it's a hurry up, and they ran that halfback draw, which had Lair get that big gain. Perfect call. You know how many teams are still trying to hit the sticks or get downfield? Halfback draw. We take it down the field another 20, 30 yards. It was a thing of beauty, and how to command the offense to even better. Forget the tie. Let's go 2-point conversion. Flores has been doing a lot of 2-point conversions, and I ain't talking about because he already know about Jason Sanders' kicking ability. I'm so excited that we finally going to have a coach that's going to understand the moment and make a chanceful decision that works in our favor. First quarter, 4th and goal on the 3. I ain't say the 1. I ain't say the 1.5, and I ain't say the 2. 4th and goal on the 3. Keep the offense out there. And you know why? Because the last 2 series, I believe, our defense had been lights out against them. Flores know what he got on his defensive unit. And they got to go all the way down the field to score anyway. Man, we trying to get in that end zone. And now if it's going to be a tougher game and we know we're going to have some issues during the game, then we might, hey, kick the field goal, let's get our points. But we got a coach that's going to make the right chance and take the right chances at the right time. And I love it. And then get aggressive at the end of the game. We down by 1. Man, let's go for 2. Man, we just marched down this field 6 plays for 6 plays and got in the end zone. They ain't been able to stop nothing. Dial something up, O'Shea. Let's see what you can do. And also, this is Flores testing his coordinators. When we hit that 2-minute mark, I was thinking to myself, Flores is probably like, dial up a winner, O'Shea. Dial it up. Know what you're going to do and get it done. Just like Belichick did in the Super Bowl. Just like Belichick did in the Super Bowl. Go listen to the Mic'd Up with Brian Flores and Bill Belichick. Just like on those last 2 series, Patriots on defense. All they got to do is stop them. Belichick runs up to Flores. Hey, have your plays, know what you're going to do, execute it, and that's what win this game. Flores, okay. And he over there with his defense. First series done, Belichick running that way. Good job, great job. They luckily got the ball again. Belichick came right back to him. Just like last time, know what you want to run it, and let's get it done. And he got it done. Belichick, when the game was over, who did Belichick look for to run to? People trying to hug him. He kind of brushing them off, running. He see Flores. Oh, good job, man. Great game. Great job. And now it's Flores' time to do that type of stuff. And I know in that moment he was telling O'Shea, know what you want to run, and let's get it done. And O'Shea, with Rudder, put that ball down the field and took care of business, man. It was a thing of beauty. I was actually excited about it. I love the coaching that we saw at the end. Now, some people may say, yeah, but then they came back in 30-something seconds and they won the game on us. Let me talk y'all through that last 30 seconds, okay? Let me talk you through that last 30 seconds. First of all, I am a firm believer that great offense will always beat great defense, okay? Great offense will always beat great defense. Because the biggest advantage that an offense has is knowing what they're going to do. And the biggest disadvantage that the defense has is not knowing what they're going to do. Okay? Now, he said, no way, bud, LOL. If you're talking about what I just said, the reason why I say that is, and we know defense wins championships, but ain't no defense in the world can stop perfectly executed offense. You can't if it's perfectly executed. But that ain't the type of game we play. It's a game of chess. You can always put yourself in a position to make sure that the offense ain't in a perfect situation. But sometimes it gets tough. How did they get down the field at the end of that game? First of all, they threw a pass that was, whoever that quarterback was, I don't even remember who it was for the Bucs. He threw a pass on that last drive that was so money. So money. He threaded it through where, I mean, it was perfect. The defender was in, you couldn't ask for the defender to be in a better position. It was a throw you open route. I'm going to lead this, and I pray that it's right where it needs to be, and the receiver is right where they need to be, and we catch the ball. Man, the defender turned his head. That ball went right past him into the guy's head, tackled down. 20-some yard game just like that. I was in the stands with Breon. Y'all know, y'all was live. I was like, ooh, what a pass. What a pass. And the reason why I was in the stands saying, ooh, what a pass, because the defense that the guy was playing on the receiver, the tight end was locked down in a way. He was glued to him. He was glued to him. But the quarterback put it to where only the receiver could get it, and the defender couldn't reach out enough. That was just beautiful offense. I said I can't even be mad about that. I can't be mad at the offense, nor can I be mad. I can't be mad at that beautiful offense, or I can't be mad at the defense, because some things you can't guard. Perfection you cannot guard. I'm sorry. And the next play, let me tell you where the Bucs actually made a good coaching decision on the last play that got them in field goal range when they dumped it over the top. They overloaded the left side of the field. which all game, whatever they tried to do to us would not work all game. Our defense was somewhat lights out throughout the entire game. So what did the coaches do? They said, I'm tired of trying to find a play that's going to get us somebody open. The best thing we can do against this superb Miami defense that we've seen tonight is put someone on a one-on-one situation and hope our guy wins their battle. And not only are we going to hope they win their battle, we are going to make sure that play allows them the best opportunity possible. So what they did is they loaded the left side. And here we are in man coverage again with the safety. If you got trips on the left side and a heavy tight end on that, no, the tight end was on the right. He veered off to the left. So eventually you got 4 guys going to the left. You already know where your safety help is going to be. They created a one-on-one matchup. Now on that matchup, the defender had perfect position. The quarterback backed the pass. The quarterback literally was staring down the route. So what did the defender do? I'm going to ride you close. Oh, you're coming on the inside? Let me get in here. Right at that moment, we had perfect coverage across the board. As soon as the defender turned his head to see if the ball was coming or what's going on, do I need to stay with my man? I'm still feeling him, so let me go evaluate what's happening in this play. The moment our defender turned his head, the receiver sprinted towards the sideline. So it makes our cornerback turn his head. He feels the sprint. He's turning back around. Now he has 1 foot separation. And the quarterback didn't throw it straight there. There was a design play for one-on-one, and if we teardrop the ball in, a defender can't come up and pick that. And what did they do? He threw that ball in the sky to drop down, and the guy was running to the sideline. It was one of those back shoulder, and he caught the ball right on the sideline. Great execution on offense. It's easy for us to say that the cornerback gave that up, but that's one of the toughest things to guard. They executed 2 plays to perfection. Now, not to mention against our 3rd unit defense. And a part of that made me actually proud that our 3rd unit defense still has been with their guy. One thing I will tell you about this team, we're going to cover this year. We're not going to be having wide open people unless, we had one over that caught us through the zone with the tight end running down the middle. But that was when we were in the zone. When we're in a zero or not so much to cover 2 running zone and things like that, we're gonna be glued to our guys within the approximate right by them. Just put it like that. We're gonna be right by our guy all the time, and I like that. What you don't like in this league is when you just get beat and a guy when he catches the ball, there's nobody within 5, 6, 7 feet of him, and he can actually have time to make a move. That's what you don't like. What I saw in our defense is no different from what Flores did in his previous organization, is bend but don't break, and odds will play itself out. And I love it. So at the end of the day, the coaching, I love the coaching on both sides of the field. It was a thing of beauty, and it gave me a good positive outlook on our team. Shout out to Donald and Irene with the donation. I appreciate you sending that through. Love you for that. I'm going to be in the league. Absolutely. Y'all better get ready for this fantasy league, man. Brian Cox's son, TD Cox. Mac TD, like what I'm seeing from the interior D-line. What say you? That's all I've been talking about, Donald, is the interior D-line. That's all I've been talking about. How that is, I told y'all before, that's our strongest unit on the team. I told y'all that can be argued that's the strongest unit on the team. We are 4 deep at the tackle position, and all 4 of them can start. Facts. I went in bad. I got you, man. I missed the bubble screens. Definitely think we should keep 3 QBs. Yeah, I agree. He played damn good. TD, did Albert Wilson return to practice? From my understanding, he's just been doing like walkthroughs and stuff like that, but he hasn't really officially returned doing plays and doing everything full contact. I'll get you some information on that if that changed or if I'm off and I missed it. All right. So no more screen passes on 3rd and long. LOL. You never know. And that's the beautiful thing. You don't know with this team, and that's how you like it. All right. Good call on the coaching, TD. From a Fins fan in Texas, didn't realize the weather was a factor in the game. It wasn't. Maybe a reason for the additional drops of the wide receivers that typically catch the pig. Nah, I ain't giving them no excuse. It wasn't no factor. I was at the game. Walking into the stadium, it wasn't even raining anymore. It was misty. Like literally misty. Like nothing coming down. It's just all in the sky. And when I sat in my seat, not a drop was coming down. Now, the field may have still been wet. No puddles, no water. It ain't like you could see water. But it may have still been moist, but it wasn't no water coming down. Those guys, no excuse. No excuse. They just dropped some balls. All right? No way, but Lemons was not in there. I didn't say it was Lemons. Lemons had a hell of a game. I'm actually proud of him. I hope he keeps that up. I beg for him to keep it up. Oh, my gosh. We got a future cornerback if he keeps that up. I beg for him to keep that up. How many great offenses have won titles, though? Not many. Not many at all. I'm not understanding your point, though. Why don't you watch NBA anymore? I do watch NBA. It ain't no NBA on TV right now. It's done. I watch NBA all the time. I just got a message. But I watch it all the time, and Graham also did a phenomenal job. I was really impressed by his play calling. Yes, I agree. These coaches, man. These coaches, phenomenal. Get off my screen. All right, I don't know what that is. A little pop-up. I'm way behind on the chat. Super Bowl, you better know it, Joe Jones. I can't wait to see what this defense do this year. Let's go. That's what, man. Have you ever thought that, like, have we ever thought that we'd be excited to see the defense on the field? Like, could you imagine a world, like, watch this, y'all. Could you imagine a world where when you're watching your team, when you're watching the Dolphins on the field and we're on offense, you're like, man, hurry up and get the defense out there. Could you imagine a world where you feel that way? Where the offense is on the field and they just starting, but in your mind, you're like, man, I can't wait to see the defense out there again. Could you imagine a world? Could you imagine us living in that world, feeling that way? Do you know how good our defense is to feel that way? When I've watched some great defenses of the past, that's how I feel. Man, I wonder how many points this defense is going to generate today. It's like watching fantasy football and the defense you picked is playing. And you're like, oh my gosh, all my players have played and I need 4 points and my defense the only ones left, but they already got their early points and all they can do is go down unless they get a pick six or sacks and stuff and bring it up. Man, come on, defense. Put the defense back on the field. Let's do something. Like, that's the only time you feel that way. But could you imagine feeling like that because your defense is that good? That's what I want us to be. That's what I think that we actually could be as we continue to improve on this journey, man. It's going to be a thing of beauty. Oh, my gosh. Woo, man. What's good, TV? For some reason, I'm missing these notifications, man. Tell YouTube to tighten up, bro. I'm missing all the good Dolphin news. Sorry, bro, man. I've been talking to them a million times. To YouTube tripping again. No notification. It is what it is, man. But we wanted to talk about Reshad Jones coming back, and I answered some of y'all questions, guys. I'm about to go live again, though, just so you know. Let you know what we're about to talk about in a second. We got to talk about this offensive line. Flores kind of gave us an indication of who's going to be starting on the O-line. We're going to talk about that. I'm going to tell you my thoughts about it. Do I actually agree with it or not? and we're gonna break that down. So I'll see y'all in about 5 minutes. I'll be live talking about the offensive line. Flores gave us a hint of who the starting five would be. This your boy TD from TD Fans Talk. I will see y'all in a few minutes. Peace. Love y'all. I'm out.